also a part of it that's kind of less discussed, but just an inherent part of it, which is the entire workflow for creating the mesh from your geometry, cleaning it up, sending it back to your engineer because it had, non-manifold faces, and then remeshing it, and then finally going through the process and realizing your mesh wasn't good enough, and then iterating again and again, and then finally getting a mesh that's right, and then you go to test, and then it doesn't validate against your tests, and it's just a mess. Like, it's not a process anybody really wants to go through. Um, the uh, I guess, yeah, the main reason why simulations are not used more today is this lengthy process. And I think the solver is one big part of that. And that's really what we're focusing on and what we use as our metric of our speed improvement. The other part that's a little bit less hard, less easy to measure and more, I guess, this process based is really the CAD file to the point at which you're ready to run the simulation. And that's something that we're also just drastically simplifying with the methodologies that we're taking, but it's hard to put a number on that. It really
I can
depends on
relate to
the
that a
OS.
lot because like I have spent so much time like it just seems like it should be so easy, right? You're like,
Yeah.
I want to know what is the lift on this aircraft, right? And
Mhm.
it's like, okay, well, first I know this is the geometry. Now I gotta make a mesh for the surface geometry, right? And I gotta create the CFD mesh, and that mesh, doesn't have the boundary layer, right? So I got like manually two guys the boundary layer, right? And it seems like everyone I talk to in my lab, they're like, oh yeah, the mesh generation is like so hard.
Yeah.
Right. And then even if you once you get past it, then you also have the solver. And if the solver then takes 3 days to run,
Yeah.
you can't do an optimization doing like thousands of points. If every time you do one point, it takes
Yeah.
3 days, right? No one has 3,000 days to get to an optimal design, right?